Hello, my name is Samantha Bell, and I am the Scheduling and Support Coordinator for the Excel Centers of Michiana. Today, I am talking about Edmentum Exact Path, specifically how to find scores and how to dig in deeper if you are interested. So first of all, you go to auth.edmentum.com. You sign in with your credentials and push login to Edmentum. For everyone except for OMs and one other person that was decided by your school, you will come to a page that looks like this. Exact Path, My Classes, Home. You can make your own classes, which could be very useful for teachers if they want to look at all of their classes data all at one time. If you wish to do that, push Manage Classes, create a class, which will look something like this. You make a class name, you try to be as specific as possible so that you don't get it confused, or if somebody else doesn't get it confused with theirs. You select the instructors. If you want more than one, obviously you can select more than one. Select school and grade are to filter by students to add to your class. If we scroll down, I'm not going to show students that I could select because I don't want to accidentally breach FERPA. However, name cards will show up here based off of their location, their school, or their grade. And you can just push the plus button next to them to add them to your class. If you make a mistake, you can just push the X button to put them back. Push Save Class, and it'll bring you back. Multiple teachers can add students to their classes. So, for example, if we have Cami first period and Christina second period, both Cami and Christina can make their own classes and add that student. This is more or less a filter rather than a class. If we go back up, you'll see that you have math, reading, and language arts. Math and reading are the ones that have the quantile and the lexile that are really specific to our placement testing. Language arts is solely for data collection at this point. If you wish to, as a school, dig in deeper and create more rigid placement testing to get a better feel free. I will be looking at all of that data and be giving data-driven suggestions as we go along. Right now, we just don't have enough to work off of. But let's use an example here. So we've got math. It'll take you to the overview tab. The diagnostics is where you'll see all of these. So you can either click on one of these to take you to the specific tab, or you can go to diagnostics. In both the overview and the diagnostics, you have your scheduling, which is really just for OMs and your one other right now. Your year-over-year results, which, as you can probably guess, is year-over-year. Right now, we just started using Exact Path, so we only have this 1 year, so this tab will not be very useful. Aggregated results are for all the students at all the schools. This is something that I will be looking at as a teacher. You probably won't look at this much, if at all. Your class results and your other metrics are very important for you, though. You have to look by the instructor for a class. If you made your own class, you can look for yourself, or it should automatically populate yourself, as you saw right there with me. Your OMs, however, will have your placement tests all in one spot. So you can look for your placement tests results by going to the specific OM. I'm going to use Z as an example here. You see she has T1 ELK, Term 1 Elkhart, right? This is all of the students that have taken a placement test or the placement tests during Term 1 for this year in Elkhart. You may need to filter by the testing window depending on when the cutoffs are. To do that, you just click up here and select which testing window. Right now, we just have testing window 1 because we haven't figured out the specific cutoffs for testing window 2 and 3, but there will be 3 shortly. For now, I'm going to go back to myself. Again, I don't want to accidentally breach FERPA and show any student information, so I'm just going to use my test class here. If you scroll down, you'll see the class results. It'll give a range from highest to lowest in your class average. If you go down, you'll see diagnostic grade level proficiency distribution. We're not really using this right now, so if you want to explore it, you can, but there's not a whole lot to it. But if you go down a little bit further, you've got your detailed class breakdown. This is where it can be really important for teachers to see where their students are currently and make a jumping off point for them, a bit more individualized. So you'll see your student name, the grade, which for our purposes is always going to be 9, the scale score, which is not the same as Lexile and Quantile. This is actually the score in comparison to the national percentile rank. You have your growth, which right now we just have one test, so there's no growth to be shown. And then you have your specific domains in the category, in the subject. You also have your lowest LPEG, which is really just the grade level. So mine is 9 because I have an 11, 9, 10, 10, and 9. The lowest of those is 9. So my lowest LPEG is 9. That's it for this one. If you go back to the top, you click on other metrics. This is where you find your quantile or Lexile. Again, you can look by an instructor in their class, or you can search by a specific student if you are only interested in finding one. You'll have your student, the grade, the quantile score, and the estimated quantile range. In this case, there isn't any difference between these, but if it couldn't pinpoint exactly where it thinks that you are or where the student is when they are done testing, it'll give an estimated. So that's a good thing to keep in mind as well. Reading is the same thing. Other metrics. And language arts, as I said, doesn't have a Lexile or Quantile, so it's not there. And that's it. That's all I've got today.